Hi, welcome to week 5. So week 5, we're going to continue sort of what we started last week, which is really digging into more of the capabilities for analysis of data, focusing this week really on what we call tidying data, doing combinations, separations, joins, those kinds of things of different data types, different fields even within the data, and doing some calculations, at least in Tableau, really looking at calculations. And this is less in terms of once you have organized data, kind of doing some analysis on it, which is what we did last week. But really, how do we then, we realized that maybe the data doesn't quite line up between different data sets. So we learned how to bring different data sets together, right? And then we kind of learned how to look at the different data within there. And now we're kind of going back. And it's a little bit of a backwards approach, but now we're looking at, okay, if we realize we need to do some changes to the actual data, the way it's formatted, how do we now change the data so when we look at the entire set, we have a pretty good story? And that's what we're going to be focused on this week. So we'll be going into, again, we'll be looking really at the R for Data Science chapter on tidy, using the tidyverse, using the tidy capabilities to organize that data and to change the data, and then digging into and doing some of the exercises along there as we kind of lined it out. So again, take a look at the book, follow along in your own, computer with your R and your RStudio and such, so that when the exercises come along, you kind of know when we're asking to do questions, kind of how to go about doing it. And then on the Tableau side, we'll be joining some stuff, looking at Superstore and some of the capabilities within the data set to try to organize that data and come up with some solutions there as well. A discussion question, we're going to start asking the question now that probably you've been asking for the first few weeks anyway. It's like, why are we using R and Tableau, both of these? There are probably some differences that you're seeing now that are valuable in each, and kind of why you might use one or the other tool for a different purpose. So that's kind of what the discussion is going to look across today, is say, all right, now that you've used both these a little bit, what do you see as the capabilities and kind of why you would want to use different kinds of tools for different kinds of purposes? That's what we'll be digging into this week. So again, a lot of work to do, a lot to get started on, but a lot of fun hopefully this week as well. So go ahead and get started.